Golding just dropped a bombshell on Parliament, and we are breaking it all down. In this expert breakdown, we dive deep into the explosive back and forth between opposition leader Mark Golding and Prime Minister Andrew Holness over the latest illicit enrichment probe by the Integrity Commission. From secret investigations and suspicious denials to political chess moves and media manipulation. This is one showdown Jamaica can't ignore. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's expose the truth, one scandal at a time.
Comrades, I have canvassed individually every PNP member of Parliament and every PNP senator and asked them directly in writing whether they are under investigation to their knowledge by the Integrity Commission. And I can report to you tonight that each and every one has confirmed to me that they are not aware of being under investigation by the Integrity Commission for any wrongdoing.
If one of your MPs got caught in this probe, what would you do? Name names and don't hold back. Let's hear it in the comments. Jamaica's political elite are being watched, but guess what? These ones under the microscope say they didn't even know. A secret investigation, silent suspects, and a prime minister who's dodging accountability like it's track and field finals. By the end of this video, you will know who's being watched, who's pretending not to know, and why this might be Jamaica's biggest political cover-up yet. Alright, let's start from the top. On Friday, the Integrity Commission dropped their annual report, and let's just say it wasn't a love letter to Jamaica's politician. The bombshell: 2 more members of Parliament are under investigation for, drumroll, illicit enrichment. Not 1, not 2, but also a senator and 5 councillors got flagged for either illicit enrichment or lying to the commission. Yeah, this isn't just a clerical error. This is a political earthquake. Now, if you're thinking, wait, weren't we just talking about Holness being under the microscope for financial shenanigans? You're not crazy, because we were, and now the saga continues. Enter Mark Golding, opposition leader, man of the people, and occasionally political firefighter. But check it out. Nobody from the PNP side, no MP, no senator, know anything about any illicit enrichment probe. That's basically what Golding said. But here's the plot twist, because if that's true, then either A, the Integrity Commission isn't doing its job and forgot to tell them, B, Golding is being played by his own team, or C, somebody's lying. Yes, somebody tell lie. But we'll find out. We are gonna find out. Just chill. And if it's option C, buckle up, because that means there's a quiet war brewing beneath the surface of Gordon House. Who's lying? The Integrity Commission, Golding, or someone inside Parliament? Let's debate it out in the comments below. But wait, it gets juicier, because Golding didn't stop at just denying knowledge of probes. He went full scorched earth and called out Prime Minister Holness directly. Translation: you better chat up fast, Andrew. People dead in the hospital, and now you're silent on corruption. Yup, Golding tied this entire thing back to the Victoria Jubilee Hospital scandal, where multiple babies died, and the government's response was, yes, silence. You get it. Accountability, transparency. Apparently those were just optional electives in Government 101. Is this just another distraction tactic by the government? Let's hear your your thoughts in the comments below. My expert breakdown. So let's analyze this like experts, shall we? What we know. IC report confirms multiple active probes. PNP claims ignorance. PM Holness remains silent. JLP senators like Marlon Morgan are demanding apologies from the PNP for false claims. But here's the power move by the government. Create chaos, deny everything, and demand an apology from the people raising the alarm. That's gaslighting 101. Tell me if I'm not that the JLP always do. Tell me if I'm not accurate in this breakdown, this expert analysis. Let me know in the comments. If this were a Netflix show, we'd be on season 4, titled Holness versus Golding, the Enrichment Games. Good series that, you know. But we are watching a real life. Should all politicians under investigation be named publicly? Yes or no? Vote with a comment below. Jamaicans are watching. The IC is watching. And guess what? The world is watching too. Because when public trust gets shaken like this, democracy bleeds quietly. But who are the real suspects? Who's hiding the money? Who's next on the IC's secret list? That we'll explore in an upcoming expose. Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. Shocking secret investigation teased. Integrity Commission drops annual report bombshell. Mark Golding denies any PNP MP under probe. Holness silent. Golding demands answers. JLP claps back, demands apology. Expert analysis. Political strategy over cover-up. Final thoughts. Who's really under watch? If you care about truth, justice, and holding leaders accountable, smash that like button. Like you're voting corruption out of office. Subscribe for more raw, unfiltered political breakdowns from the Jamaican Frontline on the Patriotic Jamaican YouTube channel. Comment below, who do you think is under investigation? Drop your conspiracy theories below. So, like we hear what Marky G have to say.
It was revealed in that report that there were some additional persons now under investigation for illicit enrichment. I think 2 additional names on top of was it 8 before? Anyway, comrades, I have canvassed individually every PNP member of Parliament and every PNP senator and asked them directly in writing whether they are under investigation to their knowledge by the Integrity Commission. And I can report to you tonight that each and every one has confirmed to me that they are not aware of being under investigation by the Integrity Commission for any wrongdoing.
Do you believe Golding, or is something shady happening behind the scenes? Drop your theories below. Now, me go say something where Mark Golding just make a real genius power player. Zine, he just make a real 4D chess move. All along me did I underestimate Mark Golding political gamesmanship, but Marky G did something where me can tell you went over the heads of a lot of people. And me go break it down. With my expert analysis, Mark Golding just gave himself plausible deniability when he say he asks everybody in the PNP if they're under investigation for illicit enrichment and then tell him no. Here why that give him plausible deniability. Translation. Me go ask you if you're under illicit enrichment by the Integrity Commission. If you are, me no want know. So your answer better be no. That's how it went down. So you might be asking yourself, Patriotic Jamaican, how do you know this? Because that's what I would do. That's how me would put the question to my MPs were in my party. So realistically, I did not tell any lies. Realistically, I don't know. factually and truthfully, I 100% do not know because they said no. So even if they were, some of them are under that illicit enrichment probe by the Integrity Commission within the PNP party. Marky G asked them a question and them tell him no. Because me personally, me don't believe that. Politicians are not honest people, you know. I look at every politician as corrupt in one way, shape or form. So me not believe say nobody were in the PNP no under investigation. I don't believe that personally. You can believe that if you want to, you know, but me not fall for them things. I am not that gullible. Politicians are just humans like anyone are we. Them not perfect. Politicians are not this angelic beings where can do no wrong and have this high moral authority and integrity and they're full of ethics and no. Politicians are the complete opposite of everything when we just list. That's all you need to know. They are not, for the most part, morally righteous. They are the opposite of that. And Mark Golding not stupid. So even if them tell him no, he won't have doubts and he not gonna believe all of them because that would be impossible. So if you believe say are only over the JLP alone, the corruption there, and the JLP alone under investigation for illicit enrichment and none over the PNP, you need to wake up because you're a dreamer. You would be delusional to believe that. But as me say, Marky G just make a genius move when he deny knowing say anybody over the PNP is under investigation for illicit enrichment. And you hear it here first. When me just say you're not going to hear that on no other platform except this. And you will hear it after me upload this video. But you're not going to hear when me just say before with Mark Golding giving himself plausible deniability.
And I say to Andrew Holness tonight, what do you say about it? What are you going to tell us about the members of Parliament, the parliamentarians who are under investigation for illicit enrichment? One of which is you. Because your investigation was not completed. You didn't provide all the information that they asked of you. And so they referred your case to the Financial Investigations Division for further investigation. And what happened next? Subsequently, a person who has been on record in public saying that you had done nothing wrong was promptly appointed to run the same Financial Investigation Division that is investigating you.
A lot of people seem to forget that Marky G is actually a lawyer in a real life. So as a lawyer, he gave himself plausible deniability. He had no knowledge of anyone in the party under investigation for illicit enrichment. He's basically denying that he had no knowledge prior to or after the fact that anyone within his party was under investigation for illicit enrichment because he asked them and then tell him no, full caps, NO. It's that simple. Get it? Don't make it go over your head because this is a masterclass move where Marky G just make. I mean, I feel big him up and give him props because me like when politics are player how if a player. As me tell you now, politics is a dirty sport. It's not a clean game. And you can't win him in a court on that. You can't hold that against him publicly. And you cannot crucify him in the court of public opinion. None at all. He absolving himself of every form of knowledge of any such thing. 4D chess move Marky G just make. But what do I know? I'm just a C student. Back at the class.
This is not a government of accountability. This is a government of public relations, a government of media manipulation, and a government of hype, a billboard government. But comrades, the people will not be tricked or fooled. The people are feeling the pain and the pressure, and they want to see a new day dawning with the rising sun of the People's National Party, bringing help to rescue the country. We have not been spared, comrades. One of our residence lost her baby there on Tuesday. And I say to the Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Jamaica is watching you to see what you will do in light of what has happened here. We have all the videos of what you said and did in 2015. And we want to know, can you be constant? Can you be consistent? Or will you be a hypocrite? We are watching. We don't have much optimism though, because you have never held any member of your government accountable for anything.
Enter Marlon Morgan, and him have a bag of things to say. Would have surprised if Morgan never have nothing to say, because as everybody know, he is a part of the Jamaica Labour Party Communications Task Force. So let's listen up.
It is only decent and correct for Mrs. Scott-Mottley to say sorry. The utterance of Mr. Lambert Brown as well, given the confirmation by both Edmund Bartlett and Philip Paulwell that no move was made by the government to end the parliamentary term on the 24th of June, it's evident that it was patently false and inaccurate, only serving to confirm that Scott-Mottley's allegation was based on a false premise. Mrs. Scott-Mottley should apologize and withdraw forthwith her baseless accusation against the government.
Me call point of order, Panda Marlon Morgan. Point of order. Look, it is easy to come out after the fact that you were called out by your opposition, say una have plans to close down Parliament on the 24th of June because the Integrity Commission report was supposed to be tabled in Parliament on the 30th of June. But because the PNP come public with it and it went viral, it's easy for you to come out and make it look like say, well, you never plan to do that, none at all. And where Senator Scott-Mottley talk about nothing no go so, and she need to come apologize and say she's sorry. It's easy for you come and gaslight the situation, you know. That has always been the power move by the JLP. You see me? Create the political chaos, then come out publicly and deny everything, and then demand an apology from the people. We are raise the alarm, say this una plan fi do. That is JLP gaslighting 101. So the only reason why una never do what una plan fi do, maybe it is because of people like Senator Scott-Mottley where call you out and say Jamaica come look here, run come, this need crowd. This them plan fi do because them no want you see or hear where they in the Integrity Commission report. But make we play back a recap of what Senator Donna Scott-Mottley and Lambert Brown said. So let's listen up.
I noticed that Parliament was scheduled to end on July 2nd, and suddenly now everything rush up and Parliament is ending on the 24th of June. You see, the Integrity Commission report, which disclosed that 8 of them were under investigation for illicit enrichment, under the law must be tabled by the 30th of June. What are they hiding from? Why are they locking down the Parliament before the 30th of June?
The member is misleading the Senate because the leader of government business in the House conveyed to Philip Paulwell.
So stick up in right there so and pay attention to everything where Lambert Brown just said. He said that Philip Paulwell was made aware by Edmund Bartlett, leader of government business in the House of Representative. Edmund Bartlett is rejecting as false claim that he had told his opposition counterpart Philip Paulwell that the parliamentary term would come to an end last week, which Senator Lambert Brown made the claim in the Senate on Friday as he attempted to rebut comments made by Senator Abka Fitz-Henley. So Paulwell say Edmund Bartlett tell him say the place I go close by the 24th of June. Them will take them break earlier because it should have closed actually on the 2nd or the 1st of July. And Bartlett come out and say, I lie Philip Paul will I tell because me never tell him not like that. So that's the full context and the backstory of what Lambert Brown is talking about. Just so everybody catch up, me don't want nobody leave behind and get confused.
The leader of opposition business that the parliamentary year would have come to an end last week. It is on that basis and that information on which Senator Scott-Mottley has spoken. The parliamentary secretary knows not of which he speaks.
False and misleading utterances by persons in the political leadership of the country do the Jamaican people a considerable disservice, and it is a crying shame that in their desperate and vulgar quest to score cheap political points, PNP spokespersons and operatives often sacrifice truth and decency on the altar of political expediency.
No, this video couldn't close off and we don't make Tufton say what him have to say. So let's listen to the Minister of Health and hear what him have to say.
When you look at some of the risks that contribute to high-risk pregnancy, we have to be concerned that we have to educate, inform, and encourage our families, mothers, their partners to seek help early. Because when I look at the data as the major causes of high-risk pregnancy, hypertension, obesity, cardiac disease, sickle cell, sepsis, thrombolism, these are issues that are related to lifestyle. And we're not blaming anybody for anything. Let me be very clear. What I'm saying is primary health care is about community. Premature birth can be the cause of several things. Oftentimes can be treated once there's early detection and a knowledge as to how to clinically manage the particular circumstance. We have a society that has to manage more lifestyle-related illnesses because there is a direct relationship between lifestyle and how it affects the expectant mother, the unborn, and later the child. We want to encourage our pregnant ladies to present themselves and to benefit from the guidance that the system has to offer once you know that you are expecting a child.
Point of order, Dr. Christopher Tufton. Point of order. No, whenever time you talk, me can't take you serious. The mere fact say, I know that you're not a medical doctor nor a surgeon, and me know say you're being advised by actual medical doctors. Me just can't take you seriously when you talk, because me know you're not talking of a practical experience of actually being a real life medical doctor. You just read off our script, and that is a major error on the part of the JLP. Them always give people ministry where they not qualify for. Remember, they did give Favour Williams the Ministry of Education for run, and she was terrible as the Minister of Education. She did not do a good job. Why? Because she never competent for that. Favour background is in accounting, so she is suited and tailored for the Ministry of Finance. That's why she have background, real life, corporate America type experience in financing. So how can a man where in doctorate is in business administration give anybody any form of real life practical medical advice when me know say you don't know nothing what you talk about? You just read off our script or whatever you memorize in your head. We need to cut out them type of politics there. You cannot give a lawyer the agriculture ministry for run. Dr. Horace Chang, who is actually a real life medical doctor, is the security minister. That no make no sense. Dr. Horace Chang should be the Minister of Health. So those are the things I not like about how we practice politics in Jamaica. That just not practical. That not logical when they give people portfolios and ministries where they not qualify for. Why not think Tufton I feel so miserable and I do a horrible job at managing the Ministry of Health, because that is not his area of expertise. But what do I know? I'm just a C student back at the class, and whenever things like them here happen and it backfire and blow up on the government, you see them come out and make statements like this by the health minister, but the babies who passed away is no longer here, so it's too little too late. We the people always suffer. A fool life we not play with. Our children life we not play with, because guess what? The hospitals are grossly understaffed and grossly underfunded. So things like them are go always happen. You think me actually care about what you say after me lose my child because you not deal with the hospital and run it properly, because you not spend no money on the health sector? Me don't care about nothing what you have to say. My child is no longer here. See you in the next one. Stay awake. One love, Jamaica.